Olesi Kiseki. Good day, Madam Chair, and thank you for the opportunity to address this committee regarding House Resolution 5444, the Truth and Healing Commission on Indian Boarding School Policies in the USA Act. My name is Ben Barnes, and it's my honor and privilege to serve the chief of the Shawnee Tribe headquartered in Miami, Oklahoma. It is an honor to be here today. I honor, respect, and admire the bravery and perseverance of my fellow panelists who survived boarding schools. At its core, Washington, D.C. is a city of remembrance. From the Washington Monument to the Lincoln Memorial, Washington, D.C. embraces our past and honors those that helped shape its future. Tragedies and acts of genocide are also memorialized, lest they be repeated. Monuments often point to events, but it's society that draws meaning and deep understanding from the stories of individual people. That is why the Holocaust Museum is filled with testimonies from survivors and remembrances of the victims. That is also why more than 58,000 names have been carefully engraved on the wall of the Vietnam Memorial. These people and their stories matter. For over a century, it was the policy of the United States government to tear Native American children away from their families, communities, and culture, to civilize them by erasing any vestige of Native identity. And yet, relatively little is known about the tens of thousands of children who suffered at these institutions. What were their names? What did they experience? How many of them died? Where were they buried? These children's stories have been cast aside, forgotten, or lost, as if this tragedy never happened. These children matter. Their stories matter. As chief of the Shawnee Tribe, the issue of Indian boarding schools is extremely personal for me. Over 150 years ago, Shawnee children were sent to the Shawnee Indian Manual Labor School in what is now Fairway, Kansas. In many ways, that school, which still stands today, is a memorial to the struggles and perseverance of the Shawnee people. But like other sites, its history remains incomplete. We know that the residents there were malnourished and mistreated. We can still see carvings left in the windowless attics where children were forced to sleep in hot summers and cold winters. We know that our school was closed in 1862 due to abuse and mismanagement, but we don't know the full extent of what went on there because, in large part, we don't know the stories of the children that went there, including the names of those that died at the locations of their burial sites. Finding answers and honoring these children's stories is important to the Shawnee Tribe. We've engaged historians and researchers to assemble all available information regarding the Shawnee Indian Manual Labor School. We have found that some records are seemingly lost forever. We have also discovered that crucial parts of the story are inaccessible within government archives or exist within the private collections of religious institutions that operated some of these schools. As time continues to pass, we will lose the testimonies of survivors and more documents will become more misplaced. That is the importance of H.R. 5444, creating a mandated commission empowered to locate every available record and ensure this history is preserved and made available for examination. Finding answers to long-asked questions will not be without consequences. Understanding the stories of our children will cause mourning among our people. The discovery of unmarked graves will provoke difficult conversations about best how to honor those children. But amidst the pain, a burden will be lifted. Acceptance, healing, and growth will follow. So this commission's purpose is not to point fingers, lay blame, or evoke guilt in people who are generations removed from these atrocities. It will simply help American Indian communities find information that would otherwise be unattainable and bring an opportunity for some semblance of closure. We cannot go back and change the past, but we can and must hold ourselves accountable for doing the right thing today. The stories of human suffering at these institutions can no longer be hidden from view or ignored. It is time that they take their place in public conscience. For this reason, I, as the elected leader of the sovereign Shawnee Tribe, as well as the grandchild of a boarding school survivor, respectfully urge passage of House Resolution 5444. That is all. Thank you.
That it really sank in today that I'm the only tribal leader federally recognized tribal leader that's going to be speaking today regarding the House Resolution 5444, the boarding school bill. And my daughter, I think it was my daughter, reminded me that there's other tribes that need this story told, needs their truth told. This bill is just the starting point. It's just the opportunity to create an environment where the truth can be talked about, because we've not got to talk about it. From our own experience, what we've learned, 182 years, they've not let us talk about it. Local municipal authorities don't like us talking about it because it hurts their fundraising capacity. They don't want us to talk about dead, missing children. I'm tired of not talking about those things because they're uncomfortable. So today, I'm mindful that we are here, we're vessels. Yeah, we're here to tell Shawnee truth. But there's other tribal nations and other tribal citizens, people from around our country, our Native Hawaiian brothers, our Alaskan relatives, that need their truth told as well. So this bill, 5444, it has to have its day.